Are you ready to get aroused? Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Geek Switch podcast, turning you on to everything new and nerdy. And we're all here. Hey, everybody's here. It's awesome. Full crew for the first time in a while. Let me turn it over to Tony.
Hey, Internet. This is the Geek Switch podcast, episode 95 for July 16th, 2014. I am your host, as mentioned before, Tony Livingston. And I'm joined by FUri, as you heard, and also the rest of the gang here. Let's introduce everyone. We've got Luke back, finally.
And get the band back together.
What's back? Kind of back.
6 a.m. there or something?
11 a.m.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's like the window with natural light. That's my
Isn't that
room.
weird?
Shouldn't you have like rice paper covering that somehow to distill the light?
No, the bamboo is like right over here, like just out of line of the camera. I'm sorry.
Right, next to the panda. That's just off
And
camera.
hordes of Asian schoolgirls.
It's not a light.
It's funny because the frame rate is like so quick, but it's so pixelated.
At least he's here. So.
And look, he's drinking.
Well, you know, if you have
Japanese
extra
drink.
1,000 miles of, cabling, just gonna do.
Surprise!
And we're also joined by Robin. if you didn't notice.
Hi! Where's my camera? There's my camera. Hi.
Everyone wave to Robin. And we're also joined by Dante,
Oh, I'm here. Yeah.
fearless
That's
leader.
a thing.
That's a thing.
And my poor, sad desk that is a master clusterfuck of models. Because I have started, it's halfway done, but it's a 7-Eleven Gundam. Well, it's a
Nice. Well,
Xeon.
if I can offer some advice, the quickest way for you to clean your desk is to put one arm out on the desk and just sweep. And then crush everything into the carpet where it disappears.
Branding!
Best way to clean off your desk is eBay, I believe.
Fuck that.
Or Amazon. You can sell shit on Amazon now, too.
No, the quickest way to get
Or
anything
Craigslist.
off your desk. Arm,
Also the best
side
way
of
to get
desk.
killed.
Shove.
No, it's called
Or-
I need to work
or
through
get
the
a cat.
models.
And the cat will take care of it for you.
Man,
I
it's
have
been a
not.
while since we've podcasted. We're just talking over each other.
It's
Let's
perfect.
let's jump into the show though. Luke,
Oh,
since
show.
you probably have the most interesting stories right now, why don't you tell us what you've been up to?
Okay, shit's right outside. 1 second. One of the coolest things, if you're an anime nerd, actually, there was a Evangelion gallery for, like, the movies. So I got a nice little art book. With, actually, a lot of, like, the production stills, like, how they're going to plan out frames, keyframes. I thought was rather fascinating. But if you're an anime nerd or animation nerd, it's cool. If not, I don't.
I was gonna say,
Might
didn't
not
they
be a thing.
also open a Gundam art exhibit like this week? Like the same kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's just that it bounces around from city to city. So, like, the one I went to was in Osaka, and they might have it, like, somewhere completely different. Because it was kind of a limited type of thing inside, like, a department store. But I think that was really awesome to working out, like, to see, like, there's just two walls filled with keyframes for, like, maybe 20 feet, all for, I want to say, 30 seconds of animation. And, like, that is like, between frames or, like, the cells. It's kind of impressive just to see, like, all of that work thrown out at once.
So I do have to ask, did you go out all that way just to look at animation and art cells and things like that?
It wasn't that far for me. It's only like it was less than an hour by train. But yeah, pretty much. I went out to there to go see that specifically. I mean, where I
And there he goes.
And Japan.
I shorted
Oh,
the
no.
cable.
I
no.
think the the Japanese schoolgirls finally broke their way into his abode.
We'll give it a moment or two and see if it catches up. I actually wanted to ask him.
Let's move on. That was kind of painful.
I don't know. He had some interesting stuff to say, but
He did. He's the one that's in a different country that is on the other side of everything.
I agree.
I want to know if the toilet flushes backwards.
Oh God, he's in Japan,
pressing
not Australia.
Pressing questions.
No, that's not the right hemisphere.
Well, Fury, why don't you tell us what you've been up to then? Until Luke's back.
I think everybody's been through it. Everybody here who's a console gamer. There was a Steam summer sale, and I got a lot of games. I'm very happy. Got a
console
nice
computer.
Yes.
PC gamer.
PC gamer. Oh, God. So I got a bunch of games off of Steam. I got a couple nice new controllers so I can play them like similar Xbox controllers. A lot of fun, so I'm all set. I got to tell you, there's a great game that's in alpha right now called it's like Bro something, but you basically run around. Bro Force was fucking brilliant. You run around as one of these like 80s era, 90s era action heroes, and you like go through this shooty side scroller, and you just blow shit up, and it's hilarious just to see who makes an appearance. We've got the classics like Jean-Claude Van Damme, Schwarzenegger has 2 or 3 characters that appear. Even the guys from Boondock Saints make an appearance in there, and it's all just a lot of fun, just fucking hilarious. You got to pick it up. Bro Force.
Does it have a multiplayer?
I believe it does. Yeah.
I think it does. I don't know if it has to be one console or not. I know it's something that Rooster Teeth did a how-to with 3 people, I believe. So. Yeah.
Okay.
I think is it local? I think it might be local versus online.
Local only.
Shoot, even then, it is just a load of fun, especially just as far as like side scrollers go. This one's a lot of fun. The action's pretty tight, and hey, it's original. It feels really original. The other game that I got that was a huge surprise to me is a game called One Finger Death Punch, which for a game that was only $5, like full price, it's $5. Steam sale was even less. But for a game that's $5 and the controls consist of 2 buttons, it is fucking amazing. It's a really responsive game. It's kung fu. It is stick figures beating the shit out of each other. It is just unbelievable what the studio's accomplished with just stick figures and 2 keys. The action's really tight. The sequences that you can do are just very entertaining. Even if you're not playing the game, my girlfriend sat over to this side of me and just had a blast watching it. Multiple styles of kung fu, different types of challenges, and it's just non-stop action. It's a lot of fun. So for under $10, you can pick up a lot of game. If it's a sale going on, even less. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Shoot, even on top of that, we got Weird Al dropping a new album. He's got 3 songs released right now. Yes, mandatory fun.
And it is a mandatory buy if you're a geek, because it's his one traditional album.
You know,
I gotta say,
Spotify.
So has anybody else heard the songs coming off of there?
I've watched the 3 videos that have come out so far.
What do you think?
I love them with the hesitation being foil. Pretty much. Because it's like, hey, sudden change. In the album, I feel like that sudden change would not have translated very well.
There's a few of the songs that are a little bit more obscure in their references, like Jackson Perk Express is a Cat Stevens song parody. Mission Statement is Neil Crosby and Nash. And it's just like, that's a bit, there's like a Foo Doll, or Foo Dolls.
Goo Goo Dolls, Foo Fighter.
Which 90s band are you trying to go for?
The Fastball of the Voodoo Foo Fighters.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's a Foo Fighters song.
Fupa, so.
Fupa? He's back!
Is it a Foo Fighters song? Is it a Big Bad Voodoo Daddy song? Is it like
No,
what?
it's a Foo Fighters song, but it's like a more obscure one, and it's I believe it's Lame Claim. It's either Lame Claim to no, it's My Own Eyes. I think is the. It just there's a couple of them on there like Sports Song and Claim to My Own Eyes that are just kind of like your typical.
Sometimes he doesn't parody songs; he parodies styles.
Well, I mean
like,
that's
Parody
yeah,
Stupid was a parody of Devo's style, and
Correct.
probably one of his better-known songs.
those are style parody songs, not direct parody songs.
Yeah.
I think it's one. It's not his best album ever, but it's pretty damn good.
Okay, if you say it's not his best, then you got to pick out what you think is his best one.
I really like Straight Out of Linwood.
Solid choice.
Let's face it, because White Nerdy is one of the few songs that has gotten him up in. I think it got him third on the top 10, or eighth. He got him in the top 10 on billboards, where some of them have gotten him easily in the top 20. But it's just that was one of the few. I think that got public recognition a little bit easier. I didn't realize. I went back and watched it, and Keenan and Peele are in that video.
Nice.
They're the two that pull up the first time. The two gangsters.
They're like, what? No. The thing that was funny for me when that came out was going to the bar, and my friend DJing, and of course he would play that. It was just like everyone loved it. It was great.
I mean, the actual artist that did Riding Dirty actually thanked Al. It's like, there's probably a good chance we wouldn't have won a Grammy if it wasn't for you parodying this song. Because no one would know what the fuck it is. Yeah, I know, that's kind of sad. It won a Grammy. I was like, you know what? I think Weird Al might actually get a Grammy nod for this one.
No, so what you're saying is it's Weird Al's fault that they got a Grammy.
It's possible.
Should we actually be like turning on them at this point?
The sad thing is you could play Happy and Tacky back to back, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Some of his parody songs you can't do that.
Which, if you've seen the video for, he's pulled in a lot of star power for that.
Oh,
for
man.
That video. It's like
Patton Oswalt is in Foil.
in Foil, yeah. So
And,
I kind of like seeing this community support because he's kind of a legend, but I don't feel he gets a lot of credit.
It's interesting if you haven't noticed, each video is produced by something different. The first one was Nerdist, the second one was whoever's been doing that word art, and the third one was College Humor.
Yeah.
So it just makes me wonder where things are going to go, and I can't wait to see the Polka video. That's going to be because I mean he nails everybody in it.
Yeah.
I mean he opens with Wrecking Ball. He does Psy. He does everyone you can think of that's been really popular over the last couple months.
Well, I'll be honest. That's one of the first playlists that I like to put together. Is all his polkas from the different albums because they're good. They're actually pretty solid.
They are.
Yeah.
Some of the best mashup things ever.
Albums, but it's still fantastic.
Okay, so that's all I got. If anybody wants to take the lead, go for it.
Poor Luke.
Poor Luke dropped out.
Well,
Just one more time.
I'm going to start taking bets on how many times he drops out.
well,
I mean, I miss the dude, but
Oh, you
Someone's
joined the
been
party.
I gave in.
well, at $100 less than an Xbox, how could you not?
No, Xbox is the same price now.
Xbox is not the same price if you don't
that's
get it with
right.
Kinect.
That's the one that they sell without the Kinect.
Right.
Yeah. Just
But,
like the PS4 is sold without the Kinect.
Robin.
You're welcome.
I've been playing a lot more Monster Hunter. I'm actually really considering buying a 3DS with a capture card for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and trying because there's not a large streaming community for Monster Hunter, but the people who do it are very popular, and I want to help support that community and I want to help the game grow. So it's like I want to put focus into it, and I'm almost willing to spend the money to do it. I've actually gotten to play online with some really high-ranking people, and it's insanely fun when you get to play with more people that you don't get destroyed fighting a level 3 monster, and you're like, yeah, oh, that's not fair. So that and the capture card will let you play if you have 2 monitors, the 3DS in high definition ish. So it's just kind of like, is it worth the extra $280 to be able to do that and live stream and record HD content? Maybe.
That's probably why there aren't a whole lot of people doing it. So get in there with it.
If there's enough of an audience where you can make some of that money back by doing it, sure. Otherwise, no.
Well, and then there's new Pokemon, and I'm sure that it would be worth it in some way. Or Smash Brothers, or...
Yeah. I mean, at that point, though, you'd probably want to get the Wii U version to stream of Smash Brothers, because that'll be probably a big stream.
It's not going to be out.
Well, no, not. I mean, it'll be out this fall, though.
Yeah, but...
Well, this holiday.
It's enough of a niche market where it's like, might be worth it.
Yeah.
So, well, there's another service where you send them a normal 3DS and they'll install the capture cards in the back, and that's a bit cheaper, but it's a normal DS, and I like my 3DS XL. So. Yeah,
I've been looking into picking up an XL soon.
Gotta
get that Pokemon.
More Wildstar, loving it. I can't wait to play my PS4. I got
Have you not played it yet?
Dude, I literally bought it an hour and a half ago.
Oh. Did you not see the fact it was boxed?
I thought he was just showing us the box.
Right?
I didn't realize
I thought so too.
Hold it so it wasn't like, it fell out.
Like if he had pulled it out of a shopping bag and gone receipts falling out, and it's like, oh, I know.
Right. I mean, I have my Xbox One box over here, but I don't have the Xbox One in it.
I still had the box for my SNES. Like, no shit. I will take the box and pull it out.
That's actually kind of worth a little bit, so... God, what else? I didn't get a chance because I was working. I got to watch the Screw Attack Gaming Convention and laugh at the poor suckers who had the fire alarms pulled on them twice in, 4 hours during, the major panels. I was like, sucks for you guys to have to deal with that in the Texas heat.
Oh, no.
God. Texas heat and evacuations. Totally had to do that.
But,
nothing says fun like watching hundreds of sweaty gamers go streaming out there.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
But one of the most amusing things is I did the 2015 Magic pre-release last weekend, and I did pretty decent. I placed 12 of 26. Yeah. But the most impressive thing is
What was your win-loss?
2-2.
Works.
And I should have won my last match, but I did if I would have done one certain thing, I would have had a better chance of winning that match, because there was a turn difference between me saving my ass and not. But that's the fun of the game. But right. the guy that beat me on my fourth match, he was one of those, I've been playing since 1992 kind of elitist guys. And I managed to kill him with a motherfucking wall, and he was so pissed off. He's like, how are you killing me with something that can't attack?
Oh my god, that's awesome.
There's one of the new cards in the set is an enchantment. You put it on a creature, and you can tap and do direct damage to a creature or a player. Wall of Flame, it's a 0/3 wall, but you can pump it to have an attack. And for every fire, it's like Shivan Dragon. You can pump it by 1 each time. So I put it on there, I'm like, ping, ping, and he's just like, motherfucker. Because it's an illogical play to make, period. And I'm that kind of a player. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to screw with this guy. Because if I beat him, he's never going to live it down. And I'm never going to let the motherfucker live it down. I see him every couple of weeks. I'm just like, man, you beat me this week, but I still fucking killed you with a wall.
Janky.
So, yeah, I did. I still won 2 packs and a card case, so I still came out like $15 ahead.
Nice.
It's not bad.
Nice. Yeah.
Not counting
I haven't done in a while, and I might if I get anyone that wants to go with me. It's hard as me to bear the stinky nerd crowd.
So I gotta ask, Robin, just out of my own morbid curiosity, do you
Yes.
find that when you go to these tournaments or events like that you garner any extra attention than, say, like other male gamers?
At that sort of thing, no.
No.
Because everyone's there to want to win, and they're not staring at the fact that I'm a girl.
Eyes on the
I think,
prize.
yeah, they're very much. If anything, I'm an intruder.
There is 5 to 6 girls at this tournament, so that's still...
That's a good ratio for... Because usually it might be like 3 or 4 at a pre-release of fucking 100.
I think the fact that you have anything with boobs that's showing up and that is not a guy is pretty impressive.
Actually, one of the girls, it was her first pre-release, and she, unfortunately, I lost my first round because I happened to play the judge, who's been playing since day one, who is going to Oklahoma to head judge a Grand Prix.
Oh, gee. Oh my gosh.
So him and his son did first and second place, and his son is like 16, and he's like, you know what I play at my high school that no one else does? Magic, because no one wants to play with other people. And it's just like, yeah,
no one wants to play with you.
Well, no, he does not look like your typical high school Magic player. Like when I grew up, he's like he should be on the football team or something. You're just like,
what I was getting at, because he wins all the time, no one wants to play with him.
No, fuck that. No one wants to play with the kid. He's like, I'm going to try out this commander deck, and everyone's like,
I know what that's like.
But
sometimes I just want to have fun. Beat your face in. Let me beat your face in, please.
But I lost my first round to him, and then I ended up playing the poor girl who was new because somebody dropped and they wanted to fix the rackets and everything. I'm like, I'm sorry. Die. Die. And it's like, you're probably never going to come back ever again. And it's just like, but I don't want to lose. So, that Monster Hunter, I'm thinking about going to QuakeCon in a couple weeks. I don't know. My plans for the next couple weeks are kind of in an interesting spot. So, and then A-Fest is coming up in a couple weeks. So
nice.
Oh, and
Sounds
yeah,
like a lot of fun.
A slightly humorous story. One of the new girls, who's an account manager at our job, happened to come in today, or 2 days ago, for her first couple days. She's in the New York office, and she came down here. And, you know, most of the account managers are that highfalutin, like, we'll go out for drinks with the agency and do all this. And she walks by my desk and goes, is that a Dragon Ball? And we start talking anime and geeky stuff, and everyone in the room's like, they're on an entirely different level of nerd right now. And it's just like, yep. And I have, in fact, bought my tickets to see Battle of the Gods live in theaters in 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Multiple tickets? Like you have more than one?
No, I just have one, but I pre-ordered it. I was that entire, no, buy now, go see it at the Draft House.
I was going to say, you know, you could have...
Oh, yeah, at the Draft House, there you go.
But you have to remember, it's the Draft House in Dallas.
Doesn't matter, it's still a Draft House.
Draft House in Dallas, about 15 minutes from where the damn movie was dubbed. So chances are...
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Nice.
God damn. That's nice.
So you're excited about that movie then, huh?
Dude, have you seen the trailer?
No, why would I have seen the trailer for that? Come on, really? Is that a question you asked me?
Out of all the animes in the entire fucking world, how can you not like Legend of Korra and Dragon Ball?
I do like Dragon Ball, it's alright.
Then go watch the fucking trailer. It's the first actual
I don't really
movie.
watch trailers that often, man.
It's the first it's the first real Dragon Ball Z movie that isn't bullshit and actually...
What are you talking about? There was already a great Dragon Ball movie that came out in American theaters.
Yeah,
It's
fuck
called
that.
Dragon Ball Evolution. I don't know if you...
That's like Highlander 2. It doesn't exist.
It's one of the
Yeah.
highest levels of anime cinema I've ever seen.
I refuse to accept the existence of that abomination.
Understandably so.
No.
Even though
Dude, you do realize that killed Chow Yun-Fat's career, right? He hasn't been in a movie since.
Who?
Chow Yun-Fat.
I don't know if I've seen
Like
him
Chow
in a...
Mein?
Dude, I'll be honest. I don't think I've seen him in an American flick since The Replacement Killers. Just
No,
saying.
he was in Bulletproof Monk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
It's actually not that bad of a film, especially considering the fact that it stars Sean William Scott.
Oh, I did see that.
Oh god.
Sounds like a classic.
Yes.
Sounds like
Actually, you know what?
You
hold
can't
on.
spell
Other things that
classic
happen,
without ass.
dude. If you rent it, go watch. I kind of want to spoil one simple thing in it, but I don't. But there's a movie that just came out, direct to DVD. It was in theaters or whatever on demand called Snowpiercer.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Someone went to see that
Spoil it.
the other day on.
You're gonna spoil
It has Chris Evans,
Sure.
and he talks about eating babies at one point in the film.
It also has
Okay.
Doctor Who in it.
No, it doesn't.
John Hurt.
Holy shit, you're right. Oh yeah.
Are you done supposedly ruining a thing that I don't understand?
It's just the fact of having Chris Evans going, I had to eat people, and the worst thing about it, the babies tasted the best. It's just like, wow, Captain America likes baby meat.
No, that's just how
I
our
kind of
taste
see this
buds
now.
work and how meat works, unfortunately.
Well, and that movie's based on a comic also, right?
I have no idea. I
believe it
saw the
is.
trailer and I was just like, I've got to rent this. It looks. Yeah, Fury, you missed the part where they made me realize that John Hurt was in it, and I completely blanked on that he was. The Chris Evans thing is just so distracting. It is a damn good film, though. It is a unique idea for a post-apocalyptic movie. Basically, the world freezes and everybody is stuck on a train that doesn't stop moving.
I do remember hearing about this. I think
So you have
I went to see
like the people who actually book tickets in Class A are the rich people, and as you go through the train, as you're like, if you were in coach, you're kind of like the
It's a
working
class
class.
story.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So it's kind of like Titanic, but on a train.
Titanic on a
It's-
train.
Without the romance story as much.
No romance and incredibly
Let go. Let go. Did I just break him?
Well, there's a romantic story between Chris Evans and a dinner.
Alright, we gotta move on. We gotta keep this moving.
I'd like to call the movie Snowpiercer, Captain America's Modest Proposal.
Oh, God.
Would you like a towel after that?
I'm good. I didn't think they could make a sequel to Titanic, so that's awesome.
They're all undead. They didn't make a sequel to Titanic. It's called Ghost Ship.
No, I'm pretty sure there is a sequel to Titanic. There is,
Is it-
like, Titanic 2.
Is there?
Like, it's been made.
Is it TIE-Tanic?
I don't know. I know that it came out.
Titanic. T-I-E.
Titanic?
I've never seen it,
Titanic.
and I wouldn't recommend that you seek it out.
Yeah, moving on.
Take the
Please.
wrecking
God,
you.
please.
Well, let's move on. Robin, do you want to talk about your
Yeah.
experiences with all the hot sweating
My
men
experiences with all.
at Rooster Teeth Expo?
I'm just surprised she's like not single after that expo. And weren't you like attached to Gus or something all weekend?
No, I was not attached to Gus. Actually, that was my friend Michelle was attached to Gus. I was the PA for Chris Damaris, who does a lot of the live action directing, shooting, editing, awesomeness. But no, he's fun. It was a little bit funny just because at one point I realized his mother now knows more about me than he does.
Oh. Ha!
It's always fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. I mean, to walk around with my awesome Guardian badge the whole weekend, of course, side quest.
Nice.
Yeah, there was lots of interesting stuff going around backstage, just kind of seeing everyone and just kind of like sitting there and hanging out with people that you watch on videos. Almost all the time, it's like, oh, hi, Miles, and there's Birdie running around with a crowd of people, always. And I love the fact that like Barbara saw me, was like, and you, and gave me a hug. I'm like, oh god, it's Barbara's giving me a hug. It's like, oh my god, she remembers me for indiscriminate reason, I'm not sharing.
Oh my.
And actually,
I think you should share, actually.
Their rendezvous.
Yeah, I think there's... Is there a story now?
There was a previous rendezvous.
What's the story?
I met her last
Robin,
year.
it's story time.
It's not story time.
Yes, it is.
Did RTX have a ball pit?
Oh, she met her.
RTX did not have a ball pit. Thank you, DashCon. Although there's a lot of... They've been playing or toying with the idea, at least on the podcast. They're like, we should have a ball pit. And it's like, yeah, and then people pee in it. It's like, never mind.
Or you know,
Pia
hot
is not
gamers
the worst
come
of
in
it.
from outside where they're sweaty, and then they cover their body in balls.
Now, I will
No,
say
that's
this.
called a gangbang.
There's a friend of the podcast that's actually using this VidCon story to help raise money to get a certain guest for his con, GlitchCon.
And
Yeah,
by
'cause they-
VidCon, you mean DashCon.
Or DashCon, yeah, sorry. Which was supposed to be like TumblrCon, but unofficial or something weird. But he wants to put Tom Hiddleston in a ball pit.
I'd chip in for that.
I feel like he would be entirely just like, yeah, sure.
No, see, I would do that, and then I would do some sort of raffle or auction off tickets to get into said ball pit with him.
Well, that's part
Oh,
of
man.
that's
Yeah.
part of the if you donate to help get Tom Hiddleston, like there's the levels of tickets.
Oh,
And one of them-
like a Kickstarter.
It's absolutely a Kickstarter to get Tom Hiddleston. And I was just like, that's actually kind of brilliant. And the sad thing is he put the image up on not Tumblr but Instagram,
Mhm.
and about a day later, @official Tom Hiddleston likes this, and he's just like, he knows. The thing is, they have gone through the process of actually contacting his agent, so I think the guy's
Absolutely.
kind of aware.
I think that'd be great.
I was
That's
like,
awesome.
dude, I don't care if it's Arkansas. You get Tom Hiddleston or someone equivalent. He's like, if we can't get Tom Hiddleston, we'll try and get Nathan Fillion next. I'm like,
Huh.
Nathan Fillion in a ball pit.
Dude, yeah.
People would be signing
Yeah.
up.
Their balls could touch in the ball pit.
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston docks Nathan Fillion. Fangirls everywhere rejoice.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
That won't work.
Oh.
Speaking of
there's gotta be-
RTX and fundraising, Rich Teeth also raised the most money ever for a film through Indiegogo, $2.4 million
To make what film?
to make their own independent film. That is not any sort of Rooster Teeth license related. So,
Is it about
Ooh.
Pokemon?
I wanted a live-action Red vs. Blue.
Is it about...
I know people who could happen. It'd be great.
it could happen. It would be great. You have plenty of people that freaking cosplay as things now that you could just.
Well, not
do
that. They could probably spend a little bit of money and go, Weta, can we please have a warthog?
Did
we
you
rip the
not
warthog?
see the fact that there
Yeah.
was a warthog at the convention?
I didn't get to go.
You didn't
they
see
have
any of the
cookies?
photos. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there was a warthog at the convention. I did not get to climb all over it. I should have, but by
You
the time I
should.
was like, "Oh look, it's free time to do this." Oh, everyone's cleaning everything up. I would be a dick to climb into this right now and be like, "Picture." But it was actually really cool, and
Should be step
they're-
out of your case.
I know this is going to sound slightly sexist and terrible, but as a fundraising idea, would it have been kind of a good idea to have, like, bikini babes washing the warthog for donations?
You're right, that is sexist.
That has absolutely nothing to do with what it was for.
But
Charity?
I like Luke's response. Charity?
Hey, look, you can have Tom Hiddleston. We'll take the warthog with bikini babes. Trade? Good trade? Yeah.
You want to be in a ball pit with Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah.
Good trade.
And look, guys aren't picky. It doesn't have to be any specific bikini babe. It just has to be a babe in a bikini on a warthog. You can have Tom Hiddleston in the ball pit. You know, I'd even go for freaking Benedict Cumberbatch too.
Oh,
Right? Right.
I might have to send him a message about that.
Mm-hmm.
Him who... Oh.
I know the guy who actually runs GlitchCon, so it's one of those. If you can't get Tom Hiddleston, you know Benedict Cumberbatch would be a nice backup to that.
It would, and you pretty much get the same people to come
I
for it.
don't know that Benedict Cumberbatch is the backup at that point. They're both about the same huge level.
I don't know. Have you seen the video of Tom Hiddleston as Loki at Comic-Con last year?
Oh man.
Yeah, but the Sherlock fandom is huge.
No. In comparison to what that man can do.
Okay, look, it's Sherlock,
Lord of the Rings
Sherlock fandom, or it's the freaking Avengers fandom. Take your pick. But I guarantee there's going to be a turnout.
He's also in Lord of the Rings and Star Trek, guys.
Now kiss.
Yeah, but he's voiceover in Lord of the Rings.
And apparently they did capture him acting, motion capture, some of the face capture too.
Act more dragon-like.
They had his capture way up in the air so no one could see him do it, just to try and I think make it a little bit less weird for everyone involved.
That would be very strange, I could imagine.
It's like, I've been nominated for Emmys. What the fuck am I doing?
What all of his fans want him to do, and what he's being paid for. So.
Now he's not getting play with the balls.
Yeah, so let's see.
I'd like to also just say, for a much lesser fee, I'd be happy to show up and do the same thing.
I'll talk to you guys about that afterwards.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But RTX had a pretty good turnout this year, didn't they?
30,000.
Damn.
Yeah, up from 9,000 last year.
Okay, now hold on. I'd have to ask: is that 30,000 on the turnstile count of they count a 3-day as one badge or a 3-day as?
I think they counted individual each ticket purchase as a thing, not people.
Damn.
So that's 30,000 actual sales versus.
Yeah, I think that's my assumption. I mean, I don't have the streamline to be like, hey guys, this cool thing that happened afterwards. So all the Guardians are pretty much leaving around the same time. As we go outside and open the doors, there's just cheering because there's about 45 to 75 attendees that are just there cheering whenever any of us leave. As the Guardians who are the volunteers, which is that felt so good after such a long weekend of work.
Yeah, see, you don't see that at A-Kon or some of the bigger anime cons because
this community is founded around this convention is structured around the Rooster Teeth community.
I was also going to say because most of the attendees leave before the staffers actually leave, and by Sunday night, most of the staff is piss poor drunk.
Yeah.
That was for later side quests, relaxation, listening to Nico play.
No, I wouldn't say relaxing. I think most anime dead dogs I've been to get a little out of hand.
A little?
Yeah.
Only a little?
I think there's a convention in Kansas City that's scared voice actors with porn.
Hmm?
There was one of the dead dogs had a 2-story room in the hotel, and upstairs was kind of normal, chill, the bar and the food and everyone's relaxing, and you would go down the stairs and they were dubbing over porn, bad Star Trek porn. And one of the more shyer voice actors kind of hey everybody, how you doing? And ran back upstairs and were great, we've scared one of the voice actors. I don't think he's been back to the con since.
Understandably.
Probably not.
We had a Japanese band sign a vibrator. There was that.
Was it
awesome.
on while they were signing?
Wait. Luke,
No, this was actually...
how many Japanese men have you come across selling vibrators?
No,
Selling them?
No, it wasn't selling them. We specifically... The head of guest relations that year was really, really stressed, so we decided to help her. By going in, everyone pitched in to go buy her a vibrator, including the guests.
I want
She managed to wear it out in
I
a year.
want to hit all of you viciously right now.
But how? What?
Hey, we did something similar too, but we gave Barbara a book of dicks. Everyone drew a dick in a book. We gave it to her.
It's about the equivalent.
Right? That's what I'm hearing.
No.
Like the cost of a book to draw a dick in versus the cost of a vibrator.
Yeah, there's the fact that like this is a thing she does and is kind of known for versus this is infringing and kind of disgusting, really.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It is completely tasteless. It's kind of the point.
Yeah,
It would have been worse. They could have said, "Hey, we hired you a cowboy."
The person who got it
If you break them, you own them.
There's a lot
probably
of bad ideas
shouldn't,
going around.
Yes.
probably shouldn't be running a guest relations staff to start with. They were that stressed because of it. It's like, you don't have the experience to be doing this. You probably really shouldn't be. And considering the next year they gave her an assistant that was basically a duplicate of her to spread the work around, and then the next year they gave someone we all know basically the responsibilities of the Japanese guests.
Not touch the 10-foot hole.
So, yeah, Luke's just like, not touching this.
I think that's wise. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guest signed fruit, too. That was pretty fun.
Oh my God, Tony, what have you been up to?
Me?
apparently all I've been up to is RTX.
Well, let's see.
Okay, Rob, what else do you got?
No.
Oh, yeah,
I
go
got
ahead.
this in the thing, but we were
I'm
rambling
excited.
awful
Steamrolled
shit.
by Dante. No, there's.
I'm
Okay,
so
come on, Rob, what you got?
Nothing that matters. Go,
Go
Tony.
for it. No, really.
No.
Because for a while there, I could have sworn it was Dante's thing, not yours.
Sorry.
At
Somebody
RTX, I actually saw Carl, one of the guys from the newer half season of Heroes of Cosplay.
Really?
Yeah, he's an Austinite.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually saw him backstage while he was getting garbed up, which was kind of like, "Hi, this is awkward." Like, nod to him, continue walking to the bathroom because that's what my goal was. I missed his cosplay. It was apparently Raiden, I believe.
I do have to admit, I'm a little happy with Heroes of Cosplay now that they've kind of balanced out with a few more males.
With more guys, with the fact that the editing's just better. They're not trying to. They're pushing more on the construction and making of things than the edited and created drama.
The sad thing is, though, I've still already heard some stories from one of the cons where they're doing the whole thing where they're almost taking over the entire cosplay contest and screwing everyone over. And I think it was one of the Wizard Worlds.
Wasn't it? They went to Star Wars World that was in Louisiana.
Yeah, that's the one it was.
That was the last one, and it's probably because like two of the guys got awards, and because the best skit was also from the show. That's probably why. And something, I think an honorable mention nod also was the other group, which is like
But what I heard is they basically, like, you know how they spread it between 2 days? Like, it's supposedly on Friday and Saturday. It's actually all apparently one day.
on the same day. Not that surprised. I can't. Yeah, they could edit it to be in any split way that they want, actually.
Now, I will say, though, the other thing on your next little list is Defiance is awesome.
It is awesome. If you guys haven't watched Defiance, I would suggest watching it. Not because of the video game, because the video game's a video game. That's a shooter. It's okay, kind of. But the show itself is actually really, really well done and very well written. And sometimes I just want to start, occasionally slipping into the dialect, how they swear without swearing, because they've made up words and pulled words from an alien race that doesn't exist. I'm like, Stacco.
Wouldn't you agree? It kind of feels like sci-fi going back to how sci-fi used to be, like with Battlestar and Stargate, and it's
yes,
good old
albeit
sci-fi.
I've never didn't watch those, so this is kind of, other than Star Trek, there's really not been sci-fi that I've really watched consistently on TV. With alien races, I should say. Space sci-fi, specifically. But yeah. There's just a couple moments. There was one that actually made me about die of laughter, and when it happened, I was just like, well, I'm happy that I was watching this with anyone else family-wise, because that would have been like, this is awkward. Not that there's lots of awkward scenes, because the one of the races is very much like, hey, we're comfortable being naked, having group showers with my family. It's like,
It's expected too. That's the kind of weird thing.
That's the awesome thing, is like, I have this race, I can make these things about it, and that can be the standard thing. Like, you can totally rewrite how the caste system works. You can totally have and watch this. My favorite part of this one: watch a female of a race that's not allowed to be controlled by females just fucking take over.
I will admit, I like her 100 times more than her son and her husband.
Yes! Yes! It's a very well written and very, very well acted character.
I was actually really afraid with that recent episode where he comes back. I'm like, oh, shit.
She's like, drown, shake, drown.
Like, oh, here it goes. He's going to assert himself. And
oh, but did you see the hidden look in her eyes? She's like, I'm going to fucking kill him, and he's not going to know what's going to happen.
But he's still alive.
He's still alive for now! Oh, that actor also, when he speaks normally, he's freaking Irish, and it's just such the opposite of his character. It's like, acting.
Like the guy from Walking Dead, who's actually British.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe we've rambled on enough about this, because we need to get other people besides us to watch this show.
More Defiance.
More Defiance.
Dominion is also probably worth watching, too.
What's Dominion?
It's, angels trying to kill all the humans?
It's
yes?
actually it's a TV sequel to Legion, the Legion movie that came out a couple years ago.
Oh, the thing I never watched.
And if you watch the movie, the show makes so much more sense.
That's a good idea.
Well, I mean, they keep talking about the special child in the show, and it's like, well, if you watch the movie, you understand why he's the special child.
Oh, okay.
So,
Why did
cool.
they make a show out of that movie, of all things?
Because I think it was a comic before.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
That would explain it.
And it's a lot better than at least Priest, because Priest was...
I didn't get to watch that yet either.
Yeah, that movie was bad.
Well, speaking of TV shows based on comics, I did watch all of Arrow up to this point now.
Arrow has shit
through
coming
season
in the next season. Have you watched the pilot for Flash yet, though?
I did, actually, yes.
I need to see this. It's also Constantine.
And it was very good.
Oh my god, I just... At the very
Constantine.
end... Constantine's going to be, yes. Except the main female character for Constantine is dropped. So I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, well, it was a character that they were going to introduce original to the show. She was not in the comics. And the new one that they're putting in is in the comics.
Okay.
The person they're replacing her with. And the reason they originally cut it was they wanted someone who was more of a foil and not, like, so similar to Constantine as the character that is in the comics that they're putting in. But then there was a conflict with the actress, so they had to kind of cut her. And instead of replacing the actress with that character, they just put a new character in. Which actually turns out to be more accurate to the comics, it turns out. So.
And though he won't smoke, but they've shown him putting a cigarette out. So there's the established fact he's a smoker. They just can't show him smoking.
Well, if you think about it, isn't that even play in the movie that happens? Like, he is a smoker, and at the end of it, you see him like put a patch on his arm or something.
Yeah.
Could reek of that.
No, though I will give Arrow some major props because the whole Flash crossover thing is insane.
Yeah, it's really good show.
Crossover, unlike Supernatural's attempt at a crossover that I'm so happy didn't happen.
Who would Supernatural crossover with?
Supernatural tried to introduce a handful of different characters in one of their episodes last year, and it was not well received. So they didn't do it.
The rumor for Arrow, though, is Ant-Man, or not Ant-Man.
Adam.
The Atom.
He's going to be played by Brandon Routh.
Which is kind of fucking weird. He's
Really,
already played a DC character. A very important
DC character
DC
who's
character.
already been recast.
Yeah. But the big thing that came out, I guess, is the guy that plays the Green Arrow will not be in the movie.
Well, he will not be in either Justice League or Batman vs. Superman. However, in that same interview, he did say that they are playing the definitive version in the DC cinematic universe.
Okay.
So, my thought is that means that they're probably not going to show up until later movies, if anything. But I think they are still, like, they're not going to have another Green Arrow in the movie. They just won't have the Green Arrow, or they'll have him later, you know?
I will say
Same
this.
with the Flash.
The first season didn't make me all that happy. It was, I think, either the end of the first season or the beginning of the second season, where he goes, "I need to be something better. I need it." Like the whole him changing from the Hood name and actually looking at a fucking Green Arrow.
That was the beginning of the second season.
Yeah, that whole is just like.
I think the show started to get steam around the middle of the first season, and then it got really good towards the end when they started introducing Roy from the comics as Speedy or the Red Hood, and then of course in season 2 the Black Canary comes. And
my entire fear is the first half of the first season feels like Smallville, and Smallville was terrible.
From my understanding, Smallville got better towards the end, though.
It took 10 years for him to put on the fucking cape from high school.
Well, that's not what it was supposed to be.
It wasn't supposed to be about Superman becoming Superman. It was just about these teenage kids and some weird stuff.
Right, he was the Blur.
Superpowers.
And that was the problem, though. After 4 seasons, you either take him to college or take him to real life. And at some point, it's like he's working at the Daily Planet, and not quite Superman yet. And it's just like, we know where this is going. Can we just get there and end the show?
And they ended the show when they wanted to end the show.
I think they just drew it out.
That's the nice thing is that there's not like a firm deadline with Arrow or Flash. They're not in high school. They are the real versions of these characters in that universe. Like in the first episode of Flash, he's fighting the Weather Wizard's brother, I think.
No, it's the Weather Wizard.
It's the character's name in the show is the brother of the Weather Wizard in the comics. So that means that considering they show at certain points that he had a brother and they were working together in crime, his brother might still be out there and might be a bigger baddie later down the line that might be the real Weather Wizard. But that's my theory.
It's such a terrible name for a villain. I just want to see how they're going to do Commander Cold and Captain Boomerang. It's just like, let's face it, the Rogues Gallery for the Flash isn't exactly the best.
Yeah, but how about the tease at the end of the Flash a pilot?
You mean the Reverse Flash?
No, where the guy who's his mentor stands up and then grabs the future iPad thing, and then it's crisis in 2024, Flash disappears, and it's wow, are they gonna lead up to? Here's my theory, okay? So Justice League 2 is Crisis on Infinite Earths, and they'll bring in the Flash and Arrow for that one, because it's 2024. That's 10 years from now. That's plenty of time for it to be Justice League 2. How amazing! How amazing would that be?
That would be the easiest argument for DC combating with Marvel.
Right?
Because it is absolutely looking right now that Avengers 3 is going to be Civil War.
No, Avengers 3 is going to be Thanos.
I don't think so now because of there's so many actors wanting to release their roles. That would be the way to do it. Because Chris Evans wants out. And they're talking
Thanos.
I think they would be smarter to do Civil War over Thanos and make Thanos the 4th film.
You can't do Civil War without Spider-Man, though, and they haven't for sure got Spider-Man.
Yet.
They don't have enough characters to do Civil War yet, man. That's the thing.
I have to say, Avenging Spider-Man, or not Avenging, Ultimate Spider-Man, not Ultimate. Fuck.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 did not do well.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I haven't
It
watched
actually did very well, and it was a pretty good movie. I don't know if you saw it or not, but
I think it was
I
okay.
enjoyed it.
It was better than Spider-Man 3 and 2.
I didn't see it. I
That's
know
so wrong.
there was a bunch of that's so wrong that I haven't seen it. The last Spider-Man left such a poor taste in my mouth and remnant feelings from watching Spider-Man period that I'm not going to go into. The only thing that interests me really in the most current two is the fact that they used Rochester as a backdrop for most of the beginning cutscenes.
See, the sad thing is I think Ultimate Spider-Man is a better representation of Spider-Man currently. Especially Season 3, where they've actually done Flash Thompson as Venom, more Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. They've kind of joked around and did the clone Spider-Man thing, sort of. And they're actually going to do this whole... They're supposed to be leading up to this big multi-universe Spider-Man thing this year.
A lot of Spider-Mans.
Yeah. Gotta get Miles Morales in there with Spider-Man 2099 and
Spider-Man Noir.
Spider-Man Noir, yeah. There's a bunch.
So we'll see how that goes. But they're doing that in the cartoon and the comic.
Not to mention Superior Spider-Man, of course.
Yes, Superior Spider-Man will be involved.
Bagman.
Peter Porker.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Is there
Spider.
going to be a Spider-Man?
What?
Spider-Man.
Black
Yeah.
Suit Spider-Man.
No Spider-Man.
No Spider-Man? No.
Are they still making new ones of those?
I don't know. I never actually watched them. I just thought the whole idea was hilarious.
It was so terrible. It's like any early internet at its best, but it wasn't early internet.
It's one of those ironic things. It's like we're doing this terribly on purpose, and people are going to watch. But
like
speaking of
But yeah.
the
was
one
gonna
thing we were speaking of comic books, what about Thor now being a woman?
Yes, that is worthy of its own topic.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very cool.
Redeeming factor.
But here's the
I
thing.
redeemed myself halfway through the podcast.
No, I think it's great, but I also don't have a lot to say on the matter. I haven't,
think
until the comics are out. I mean, I'm interested to see what the storyline is like, and like what the reasoning is. But I think it's cool either way that they're trying it.
I think the best thing I saw today was like a text message battle between the new Thor and Tony. It's just like, so I'm a woman now. He's just like, can
Tony
you still
Stark.
throw? Yeah.
Specified.
Can you still throw lightning and have a big hammer? Yep. Good with me. Remember that one time you turned into a frog?
It's like, not the same person.
Yeah, it's a completely, because I guess what's Thor going to be called now? Because Thor is going to be in another Avengers comic with a giant fucking axe. And she is going to be called Thor.
Yes, I believe the title that I've seen, at least with the art of Odin's son, which I'll just call him Odin's son at this point. Odin's son actually says the undeserving Thor.
Okay.
Because that's how he lost the hammer. That's how he lost Mjolnir.
Right.
Okay.
He doesn't deserve it, which is why he
Doesn't
loses
deserve
the
it.
title.
Which is why he lost the title and the hammer, and this random person that not even Odin himself knows who it is.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's kind of the interesting thing. I'm like, please at least let it be an Asgardian, please. Because if it's not,
of interest
it's
from the
just
movie.
some blonde girl, I'm gonna be irritated.
It's going to be an
Just
interesting
some blonde
ride.
girl probably ends
Natalie
up being
Portman.
some awesome warrior person. No.
I think it'll be an interesting
We gotta
read.
tie in the movies.
And
No, they don't.
I'm sad that the backlash is out there for this. I was like, really? They've done some other weird shit, and this is what you guys are backlashing over?
Here, never complain about the fact he was a frog or a horse.
Or Loki was a female horse and gave birth to a kid? That happened.
That's God, Roman God type weird stuff, and that's totally up Loki's alley. It's just no one wanted Thor fucked with, basically, I guess. And it's just like, guys, that character still exists. He's just not called Thor because Thor is a title, not a name.
But it's also a name.
It's also the internet.
It's also the internet, and people don't like it when their favorite characters lose their penises.
Never have I heard a more apt quote about the internet ever.
Well, I think one of the
penis, don't you think?
and one of the characters.
Fury.
And one of the creators actually put out to go with, this is not She-Thor, this is fucking Thor.
Right,
Yeah,
this is
that's like-
Thor, not She-Thor. It's not She-Hulk or anything. They don't exist at the same time.
So yeah, I'm going to be. I'll probably actually pick it up because I'm curious enough to read it. And
The thing that caught me is the fact that the mask covers over the eyes, which makes me think about, I think, one of the Valkyrie characters that exists in Guardians of the Galaxy. Huge, blonde, long hair, has, like, red scalping around her eyes. Well, that mask covers that sort of thing. Just saying.
well, and there was a Valkyrie comic, I believe, at one point too, that focused.
And multiple Valkyries on top of that, even.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
So
So that's happening.
I gotta ask, what do you think Marvel's motivation is to do this with Thor? I mean,
Out of
Change.
all the characters,
do you think
all the
maybe
characters?
yeah, but why
I guess
Thor?
to keep
So
people
do you
interested,
think,
they gotta keep telling new stories.
well, I
do you
mean,
think maybe it's because there's like a Wonder Woman movie coming out, or I mean, like, what are they saying? All of a sudden, you had to change your main character from a dude to a girl to
You
a
know,
woman.
what I think it is that they honestly looked at the actual myth that includes Thor and the hammer, and he loses the hammer at some point in the, depending on which version and translation you read, he loses the hammer, and a woman gets it.
well, at the same time, they technically could have had Pepper Potts. Why are they waiting to do Thor? Where I guess recently in the comics, Tony Stark went off on a freaking I'm going to join with the Guardian Galaxies and go off in the universe and be crazy. They could have had Pepper Potts stay on Earth and made a second comic called Iron Man with Pepper in, because, you know.
No, that wouldn't have been Iron Man, though. That would have been shit.
It would have still been Iron Man.
No,
Pepper
she
Potts-
has, there's a
No,
name
she has
for
her
it.
own character
Yeah.
name when she's wearing armor, and I forgot what it is. Rescue?
Oh,
Maybe?
I think
Something
Rescue.
know that.
Like that?
Alright.
Let me look. How am I not remembering
Yeah,
this
I
right
can't
now?
remember either.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that makes it with. Probably there's like back, like trying to like be more progressive,
Mm-hmm.
and if all the characters you can do it with, I think it's probably easiest to do it with Thor. Like write it off, like just a hammer. That's
Yeah,
what
and
how
he
it is,
already,
like,
I
anyone can
mean,
pick
he
it up.
already has long flowing hair like a lady, so it's basically just like a couple things swapped, draw a couple boobs on there, change the, facial structure a little bit, and it's basically pretty much the same. He's already halfway there. He's a pretty lady.
Rescue. It's Rescue. She
Yeah.
assumes the identity of Rescue.
They should have. In that case, then they should have had it get turned over to like a female cat, because he's already got like 6 domes, like nipple covers down the front of his costume. So
Sure.
Are you talking about Thor? Because that's the sort of thing, like, if you look at the costumes, Natasha in one of the alternate universes, she actually picked up the hammer.
and actually,
And
That's
was Thor
fucking
for a little while.
terrifying.
that's also what I'd
Right?
expect to say after a date. I'm Thor.
But she had the whole, as the boyfriend likes stating it, plate boobs. She had the big circle armor pieces, like, right over.
But at least they
Cool.
didn't give her like a bikini or like the
They
whole
didn't give her...
female. They didn't give her plate mail.
Well,
Yeah.
have you seen when Wonder Woman picked up Mjolnir in DC? Yeah, watch all of her armor freaking disappear. Like a tiny freaking string bikini bottom and this top where it's like you see not only cleavage above but cleavage below. It's like, what the fuck, guys? Really?
It's just that old trope of the less clothes a female wears, the more powerful she is. It's an old anime thing.
It's an old anime thing. It's just like,
Okay, that's not a trope.
Yeah, as they
That's an
become more
anime thing.
scantily clad, when they get more powerful, they lose their clothes.
that's
Example,
called
which-
hentai.
Witchblade.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
saying it didn't happen
Yeah.
in hentai, sure, but hentai definitely grew out of that too. Like it's a big thing in Japanese culture.
Hey, if we're gonna talk about like progressive female comic characters, what about Barbed Wire?
You're stupid. That's all I'm
Oh.
responding with that was you're stupid.
Because that's what I was expecting from you.
The only reason why I ever watched one of those episodes was because the band Lit was my favorite band in high school, and Lit was on one of the episodes, so I had to deal with Pam Anderson for an hour.
Pam Anderson destroying an already bad comic.
Right?
It's like, how can you make a comic that's already shit work?
There you go. Put a bunch of fake tits on it. Got it.
Or have it directed by UA Bowl, because then you had Blood Rain, and then you had Blood Rain.
Uwe Boll.
Combine them
well,
both, and it'll just be Match Made in Mystery Science Series 3000 Heaven.
That was just them trying to make it kind of work in the setting, kind of like how they did Witchblade on USA, trying to make it work in the setting.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, I forgot about the live action. Oh yeah.
Yep, that was the thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Witchblade, I've also
Wasn't it
been
UPN?
playing Watch Dogs and Mario Kart 8. I mean, since we tangented way
oh
off
god.
topic.
Yeah, no. Comics this thing for a long time.
We gotta get back on topic,
Been
guys.
playing games? Yes,
Topic?
Yes.
We have a topic.
Been playing way more Mario Kart 8 and Watch Dogs. Dante, have you played Watch Dogs yet?
It's sitting right there.
Did you get it for PS4?
I got it for PS4 for $10
What?
If you buy a PS4 at GameStop right now,
yeah.
they're just
yeah.
And the guy was
It's like,
arguing.
here's all of the games. Please
And the
take
guy,
them.
the guy sitting there arguing with me. It's like, I'm scanning everything and it doesn't work. It's like, here's the webpage, asshole. Make it work. I don't care if you have to override it.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like, how about you try scanning a new PS4 and a new copy of Watch Dogs? And you're like, that might work. Ding ding. It's just like, I don't know if this is happening in your area, but I walked into the GameStop today and they've done some weird renovation where there's an island in the middle that has 4 registers now, and there's no counter, and it's all weird and looks
No,
kind of like
if I go into my store and I see that, I quit.
it's fucking weird. I'll have to go in there and take pictures because I'm like, this is uncomfortable. I'm an ex-GameStop employee and I feel weird in here.
Yeah, that if I walk in and it's like that, I quit.
Yeah. I also have to remember Dallas is the home market, so
Yep,
they do
because they're
stuff
out of.
nuts.
Where are they out of?
Grapevine.
Yes, Grapevine.
They're in burning
Terrible,
distance
terrible
from me.
puns. They're in burning distance.
Not that I would ever do that.
Well, Dante, I think you'll really enjoy Watch Dogs once you get around to playing it. It's a fun game.
I kind of have a love-hate relationship with that game. The only reason I bought it was $10 because of
It's
the
a
whole.
good game.
But the
It really
bullshit
is.
the bullshit Ubisoft pulled on the PC version. They're like,
So
we're gonna hide all these graphics because we don't want it to look better than the PS4 and Xbox.
Ooh, that's bad. That's really bad.
And it wasn't thing is the mod.
Ubisoft that do stuff like that.
And the
is
thing
it
is,
though? Is it really that bad?
But it's the modder. The modder didn't even mod the fucking game. He went and found CVARs and went 0, 1. He just turned shit on. That's all
Yeah, but
he did.
But you already lost because you bought the game.
60 extra minutes. It was $10, and I didn't want to spend $10 on Metal Gear Solid 0 used and play it for 2 hours. So at least it's
That's
for its value.
understandable. But Watch
Dude, I'm
Dogs
gonna
is it's actually
I'm
a
gonna
really fun game.
I'm gonna trade this
Like, you should
in
give it a
and get
chance.
more money for the trade-in than I bought it for.
Exactly.
You could, or you could just play it because it's a good game.
Or turn it
Anyway,
in.
I'm getting towards the end of Watch Dogs, so that's where I'm at with that.
I'm just gonna find your name and just get in your game and constantly troll you. That's all I'm gonna do.
I have that turned off, so
Damn it.
What was there are
invading my game, I just go around and wreck that city.
I played a tiny bit of Halo and a little bit of Destiny.
Yeah,
Hey.
I can't play till tomorrow. That might be the reason I bought a PS4.
I might, right? No, that's probably the reason why. I'm probably not going to actually get the game till it's on PC, which means for like a year.
Never.
But I really hope Bungie works with. I hope Rooster Teeth does something with Destiny.
I hope so.
Really do.
I mean, they had Destiny there. That's how they played it in front of everyone. There happened to be a free computer when I was sitting around hanging out there, so I got to test it with people, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh god, this is fun. No, like on stage, yes, not while the floor was open the day before.
Oh, okay. I was just like, I must go find live footage of this.
Nope, you're not going to find live footage of... The closest thing to finding live footage of me anywhere is the immersion panel, because Chris had me go grab a drink for him, and then, of course, the panel started, so I had to squeeze underneath the curtain and then crawl across the stage behind him and, like, poke him in the back, like, here's your drink. So they see, like, the very top of my head, and that's it. Why did I get... Okay, great.
You just walked right into that.
You knew where he was going to go with that.
No. In the back where no one could... Fuck you guys. I'm about to, like, leave.
Oh my god.
It's not me. It's not me this time.
Oh, what? Thank you.
Where the hell did you pull that out of, FUri?
His
Right?
ass. Like,
Exactly.
Are you doing the thing that the young kids are doing that's really stupid by doing like alcohol directly into the ass?
Yeah.
You know that's a thing, right?
I think you're supposed to do that with a tampon. You're not supposed
You
to put the
realize,
bottom in there.
God,
That's
you realize I've been doing that for years. I mean, warm wine
butt
enemas.
chugging? You've been butt chugging for
Or
years?
coffee enemas. Yeah. It's not a new thing.
Oh my.
Actually, speaking of alcohol, I did find out of something that was actually in Austin, I believe. I don't think it was at RTX. It was something involving it where it was vaporizers and liquor.
Okay,
you could
moving
take
on.
vaporization shots.
Moving on. Come on. Really? This is what we're talking about now?
What, you don't want to take air shots?
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
heard about that.
Yeah.
I think maybe
You
it
can
was.
get your own-
It was something in Austin this past like a couple weekends ago
You
for
can
some
get,
other
you
event.
can get machines that vaporize alcohol for $300 to $900. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do a shot. Like,
Cool.
personally, I think
Actually-
it takes out all the fun because it just
all
hits your bloodstream.
Super relevant.
Wait. We have Luke in Tokyo, and I think they have oxygen bars there. Luke, you need to go do a report.
I'm not
on
telling you,
that.
but I will look.
Great.
Yeah.
I want to have Luke podcast from an oxygen bar. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Right, because his bandwidth is so good from his home Wi-Fi right now.
Yeah, sorry.
Was there a thing you wanted to touch on, Tony, with your frustrated face?
I don't know. Just doing a lot of school stuff. Getting things done with college.
Oh yeah, you got fucking
Busy.
engaged, didn't you?
And I got engaged. Yes, that's.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one other thing that did happen.
Yay! Tony,
That
congratulations.
did happen. I do regularly remember that. Thing is, it happened when like 5 other engagements happened on my Facebook wall.
Yeah, it seems like
Right.
that did happen weirdly around that time. I don't know why, but I think everyone had like 3 people on their Facebooks get engaged at once. But
So you liked
Fury
it
and
so
I
much
have
you,
a
you
mutual
put a ring on it.
friend.
right, we're very happy. My Beyonce and I.
Did you just call her your Beyonce?
That's what I
I want
heard.
to hit you with a brick.
That's what I call her. I don't know if you understand.
No, I don't
She-
want to understand it.
She
Oh,
said,
Tony, you and your ethnic humor.
well, see, she said it would be okay as long as she can call me her Jay-Z. So I said that'd be fine. And
Oh my
Where's
God.
something happy I can smash my head with?
Tony is the whitest JC impersonator ever.
I'm not an impersonator. I'm just our relationship, you guys.
Dude,
Should-
you were
No, just
white.
I am definitely white, yeah. I know.
He's got 99 problems.
And none of them pertain to a female.
And he's engaged, so definitely is not one.
Yeah. So that was exciting. I put on a whole game night.
Way
for
to
the
go,
proposal.
JC.
I'm so having Alan add that into the intro.
Oh God!
It was going to say Twilight fanboy.
It did say Twilight fanboy.
I'm going to change it to JC impersonator / Twilight fanboy.
yes, just
There is.
So how
We
did
have a
you-
new. And there's
how did-
Easter eggs.
Yes, there is. I feel like I found one of the best ones in my brain. How did you spring it on her? Obviously, a game night. You started saying.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I've been playing it for probably about a year at that point. On and off, getting things together. Obviously, not constantly planning, but
Was
so I
it
planned.
Monopoly?
No, I had a bunch of friends over. There were basically 4 teams of 2. It was me and my girlfriend at the time, and
Please don't tell me it's Rock Band. Please don't tell me it's Rock Band.
no, only one of the rounds was Rock Band, obviously. So the first round was Cario Mart, which is
Mario
like
Mart?
right. It's like Mario Kart, except that you have to finish a beer before you finish the race, or it doesn't count.
So we-
Oh,
Uh,
I know
so-
that. And you
so you
can't
think
drive
you gotta
because
look
you
it up?
can't drive is wrong.
and you cannot be driving while you're drinking, so you have to come to a complete stop to drink. So basically, it turns into people just
Oh
chugging
my
whenever
God,
they
that would be
fall off the course.
amazing at conventions.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So yeah, then everyone got points based on how well they did in those rounds. Then we went on to do some karaoke in Rock Band, so just singing. And so each team had to do 2 songs, and that was fun. Then we did some trivia in the 3rd round. In the 4th round, we did charades.
5th round was Card Games Against Humanity, and that's how you proposed,
No.
right?
5th round was, have you ever heard of a $20,000 pyramid?
Yeah.
Pyramid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically you have a bunch of topics, behind them, and you try to get them to say the word without saying what it is, right? So we had 10 cards, and for each person to do a different set of things. And so my category was rock bands, and so there was like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Clash, and then the last one was the band Yes. And so I asked her then, and she said sure.
She said sure.
Yes.
She said,
I got nothing going on. So yeah, what the hell?
She said
What the hell?
sure. Right.
Why
That was
not?
kind of her
Sounds like a
reaction.
plan.
I was like, so I said to her, that's not quite the answer I'm looking for.
Whoa. I agree, but did you get down on one knee?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
See, when you
So
said
the
game
detail.
night, I was expecting like Monopoly and one of the cards to say,
Right.
"Pass go, get engagement ring, look at Tony."
No.
So basically, you got on one knee and you asked her, "Would you like to spend the rest of your life with me?" So sure. Like you had just gotten down on one knee and asked her, "Hey, you want to go out and get a pizza sometime?" Sure.
Well, to be fair, like,
You want to go out to the movies next weekend?
there was not a question between us whether we were going to get married. Like, really, I mean, she knew it was going to happen at some point. She just didn't know that I was
Yeah.
going to do it this soon or anything like that. So
I don't know what's worse, the casualness of the answer. Sure. Or
Okay,
like
came
you
from
could have
Jay-Z.
said like,
we've lived together for like 2
Sure.
years now. So
really? Wow, really? Living in
Er,
sin.
yeah, like 2 years. So
That's
Blasphemy!
no, that's like a try it before you buy it kind of break-in period.
yes, we'll be getting married on our 4th anniversary next year.
Awesome. All right, so everyone, we're gonna have to crash Tony's wedding, and we're gonna have to podcast it live from the back.
We can play Cario Mart there.
Hold on.
Right.
Are your best men going to have to dress up as vampires covered in glitter?
Yes. On a very special episode of the Geek Switch podcast, Tony leads his way.
Someone that Fury and I know has also gotten engaged in the last couple months too.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Langy. No, Langy. Fuck Stoney in this. Langy.
Lane?
Yeah. Langy's engaged. Like
Langy's engaged in the most epic manner that was shared on all of the mediums the day it happened. It was very awesome.
yes.
I'm sorry.
I just fear hearing Susan going, "I'm engaged." I'm like, oh.
Suzu is another story. We'll come back to that. But yeah, so Langy, the rogue from Big Crits, like the first to die and the first to get kicked out, he's getting married. It's awesome.
Yep.
He's a great guy. Been seeing this woman for a while, and things are finally lining up for him. So thought it was time. And for everybody who couldn't get down to OC to be there with them, it was live streamed. It was great.
It was awesome, like super awesome. The fact that they had closed down, like reserved basically a bar that they go to, and all of their friends were there. And I don't think she realized anything of it till she turned around and he was there in a suit and tie.
Oh, he was.
It was just like.
I want to do mine like.
Tony, take notes for your next merge.
No.
I love you, Tony.
That was
She can
terrible.
hit me later on, I promise.
To be honest, I was
Smack me
almost
like
more.
a pimp, JC.
Hit him like Beyonce's sister. Okay.
Oh.
It's topical.
Hold on a sec. I know for a fact the community was a topic on Topics of the Week. Who deleted that? Dante.
What?
Who
Son of a
cares?
bitch.
Who cares? The rest of us kind of don't care.
Oh my god, we're going into an hour and a half.
I
Oh,
know.
we are.
Wahoo will not let the
what?
show die that needs to die.
Oh my god, it keeps the show that should live for one more season in a movie
Whoa,
alive.
whoa. Did you see what he just did? It was a complete subject change from what we were doing to community.
Absolutely, it was.
No. I draw the line here. It got deleted for a reason. It wasn't by me, but so help me God, I will thank whoever did that.
Join
That
us,
was Dante.
Fury.
In
Join
another,
us.
no.
Probably
Join
I will
us.
say this though.
Join us.
I will say this real quick. Stony Baby got married recently.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh,
yes.
he actually got married. I missed the whirlwind of this.
Yeah, so that happened last month in the second half of June. I actually went out to his bachelor party, but it's like Fight
that's why
Club.
you're
So,
out there.
yeah, that's why.
Oh yeah, wait, no, I remember that now. I know,
Yeah.
I remember vaguely that, but I didn't realize. I
So
haven't communicated with the guy. Langy, different story.
So I've got to ask, how was Colorado now, or since your last time you visited? Now that
I haven't been to Colorado since February of last year.
Jesus.
so
So-
yeah.
So
Did you
this
have a
all
brownie?
What's what? No,
Did
I
you have a
haven't
brownie?
been there. I kind of want one.
Oh, that's right, because you guys were in New York.
Right.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah. By the way, Suzu's lost weight.
Awesome. Seems like everyone, all these old podcast friends are doing well, it sounds like.
Yeah. So Stoney's happy. I did get to meet his fiance at the time. I haven't seen him since because couldn't make the wedding. But yeah, really cool girl. I'm excited. All these people getting hitched, especially you, Jay-Z, keeping it real, yo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's his move, right,
Oh my
Jay-Z?
God, it's catching. Get it off.
Get it off. Get it off.
You realize that you know what's going to happen now, Tony. We're going to show up at your wedding in the back, and we're going to go, JC, JC.
It's so funny that you think you could find out where my wedding is.
I think
It's so
I think
funny
we
and
should
slightly
do-
insulting that you at least not invite, Dante.
at least.
Just
Oh,
saying.
I kid, of course. I would love to have you all there. I don't know that you guys are going to travel all the way here, understandably, but
We could totally find a mashup of like single ladies and 99 problems.
Oh god.
Yeah, and we could perform a
I'm sure that's been done.
choreographed piece
A
just for your
choreographed
wedding.
piece
You
just for your
pause-
wedding.
You
Sure. I
possibly
mean, alternatively, you can just come and have a good time.
No.
Yeah.
He needs to have his reception at a BronyCon.
Why? No.
Because
That's,
he would have 99 problems. And
they would all be bronies?
Talk to
actually, the
It can happen.
last thing I heard about a BronyCon, there was more females at it than guys.
I like those chances.
The
I
last
don't-
thing I heard about BronyCon was Bob's Burgers making fun of the whole idea.
Are you guys ready to wrap up then? The show? So we can. It's going quite long at this point.
We haven't
Yes.
talked in a while.
I know we
have
haven't.
lots of
I know we
catching up
haven't
to
talked
do.
about Dota 2 International, but
Meh.
It's-
can we
it's
just
worth-
wrap it up?
I was going to say, the only thing really worth mentioning about it is the fact that it's
happened.
over 10... No, it's happening this weekend, and it's over $10 million, which is...
All right, the
shit
better
ton
tournament
money.
happened last weekend.
Wow.
What happened last weekend?
Evo.
Eh.
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 Plus,
Dota-
Evo's way cooler.
Lots of rape culture and noise.
Yeah, there's some bad stuff definitely about it, but fighting games are much more interesting than Dota. So,
so also Robert Morris.
those were all the
University,
emails. Thanks, guys, for sending us all those emails.
scholarships for e-gamers. Woo! League of
Yeah.
Legends.
Yes, no, that's cool. That is kind of cool if that started happening too.
Yeah,
Sure.
So
So
no email.
what's your varsity jersey for?
All right, cool.
Dota.
iTunes, if you
We're
get
done.
your podcast off of iTunes.
That's where iTunes is the podcast. Talk good.
Yes, review 5 stars.
Give
Just
us
like
all
you-
of your stars.
Give us the same kind of review
Just
you
need
would
to be
give
like
either
money.
Beyonce or Jay-Z.
While you are giving us your stars, if you like Jay-Z better, go to Google Plus and find
Right.
us at google.com/plusgeekswitchnet. I hate saying that. That is the worst.
Why is that?
google.com/plusgeekswitchnet.
Those pages, it's really bad.
Or email
Then don't go
podcast
do
at
it.
geekswitch.net.
Yes,
Share
if
your
you like
opinions.
Beyonce better, you should email us at podcast@geekswitch.net. If you like Jay-Z better, you should also email us there.
Or if
Um,
you want
like
to write
Linkin
us something
Park.
really nasty in the video comments, you can reach us at youtube.com/geekswitch.
Yeah,
If you
well,
want-
it's-
If
yeah.
you want to watch more episodes of this show, or
Why
future
wouldn't you?
episodes of this show as they happen, and I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can at youtube.com/geekswitch.
Now, we were going to start doing on our off weeks past episodes in like Geek Switch Classic, like the episode where FUri does gerbils in his ass, and
I would like to say that before everybody hopped on it, I did jump on the cam naked like some cam whore and had a conversation with Dante.
I have seen things I don't want to see again. That
Why
Robin may have wanted to
am
see,
I not surprised?
and maybe Luke. I'm not sure. Luke, maybe.
Definitely Luke.
I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die if not surprised.
Tony,
Been there, done that.
perception.
I'm just waiting for Luke to go.
Actually, yeah,
Yuri
twice.
Senpai
At
noticed
least
me.
twice.
Like, well, we're getting out later.
Let's see how red I
Getting
can get right
upset
now.
then. Yeah.
And actually, the last time that happened, I came out right next to you, too.
Well, if you want more witty insight like that, you can follow FUri on Twitter at @NotFurioso.
Where I like my rage like I like my women naked.
If you'd like to
Did
hear
you
the
say your
brilliant
rage?
musings
My
of
rage.
the lovely Robin, you can find her at YTRain. That's
Yes,
YT.
Where I like my
RAHN.
coffee like I like my women without a penis.
I thought you were gonna say easy to lick, but
No. I was going for the terrible jokes that exist on the internet that I read recently.
I like my coffee like I like my women, in the freezer and ground up.
no. The correct response to that is I like my women like I like my coffee in a plastic cup
Does it?
covered in bees.
I like my beer like I like my women, cold and with the head blown off.
You can find Luke on Twitter also, probably. I think it's at Final Strike with
sorry.
Y's. With Y's, because spelling. Yes.
You know what they call
I will put pictures of Japan and such. And
We would like to see those. We would like to see those, Luke.
FUri.
Okay, I will post pictures.
Yeah.
Do you know what they call necrophilia? Cracking open a cold one.
Yes.
You can follow
there's nothing like
Dante
a cold
on
throw
Twitter,
or
but
one
why
night.
would you? And you can follow me on Twitter at Tony Livingston. You can
Hey,
follow the website at Geek Switch.
I post bad at midnight jokes on mine.
Sure.
Hey!
What? I'm at Not Furioso on Twitter.
Yes, we did that already,
said
figure
that.
out.
Yeah, but I didn't
Hey,
say
what's red and bad for your teeth?
a brick.
Yep.
Or my penis.
And also, if you guys want to
Occasionally
it's
Facebook,
purple, but that means my
there's the
grip's too
Facebook
tight.
fan page where Dante will announce when episodes are happening.
Yes, news stories. I want not writing news stories, but we're gonna try and post more like relevant shit on there. So
Sure,
we're gonna be
things might happen. They might not. Just
giveaways.
because
You know what? Fuck it. I might post a key for a certain game up there sooner or later. Who knows?
yeah, I mean, turn down for what? You can find that Facebook fan page at facebook.com/geekswitch.net.
Episode 95, where we kill Furioso.
Turn down for what?
I love that video, by the way.
Crazy.
The
This
biggest
one, Rick.
collection of probably the
It's a boy.
most unattractive people doing the best dancing. I love it.
No, the best one is the video where they're like, just turn down for BAM! In the boat. Give a look, turn down for what in the boat?
Oh, yeah, I have seen that one. No, I like the video more. I mean, the girl cocks her hips like a pistol. Beat drops. Not to mention the fact that we have my Asian brother, like, getting all freaky and shit. And, I mean, come on, really.
You should like demonstrate for us.
She,
Fury.
like, blew her
Demonstrate.
clothes right off. God. But it's a cool video, I like it.
I don't know
Plus,
what's
it's even
going
funnier
on.
when Tony references it.
What can I say? I ball so hard, motherfuckers gotta find me. I mean,
One thing I've heard of.
And on that note, thank you
Good
for
night.
watching. Keep it switched
alright,
on.
that's gonna do it for us, guys. Until next time, keep it switched on.
Keep it real, yo.